who you think is responsible. So the 4 categories that we've got are guild officers, society committee members, so that includes, you know, your treasurer, your society leader, and then society's forum, and then guild staff. Guild staff can be myself, or it can be Kieran, who is the finance administrator. So I'm gonna just read one out. Feel free to jump in, turn your mic off, don't turn it off, turn it on, and tell me who you think is responsible, or put in the chat. I know a few of you have said out and about. I think Justice is buying some school shoes. So pop in the chat who you think would be responsible. So the first one is keep up to date with society spending. I'm just gonna give you all a minute. I wish I could see the chat. I don't know how to get it up. Oh, here we go.
The committee members.
Okay, fab. Okay, I love it when there's even a disagreement in the comments. So Justice is saying committee members. Chloe's also said that. Ben says officers. It's an interesting one. Ben, what makes you say officers?
The reason why I say officers is because you said earlier that it's specifically down to the treasurer and like the leader to kind of be in charge of the finances. So
okay, so you mean society officers? Yeah, okay, fab. I thought you meant Alice here, who's literally looking scared for her life that she's having to manage that. Yeah, definitely treasurer's responsibility to keep up to date with society spending. So the next one is liaise with the university on any society activity. I've managed to get the chat up now, so I can see that as and when people are typing in there, but also feel free to talk to me. Anyone at all? Alice?
I would say both. Depends, like committee members, but also probably first touch base with our guild officers, because there'll be some things that we can't kind of do or action from our personal experience.
Yeah, that's a great one, Justice. So liaising with the university, as Justice said, is completely dependent on the scenario that you're in. So I'm going to put it here, kind of in the middle of these two. As society committee members, of course, you can liaise with the university and you can work with them on particular projects, but you might also want support from your guild officer, who might have more connection with a member of staff in the university. Communicate with society members. Some of these are easy, some of them are harder. Feel free to just put in the chat. I feel like, Alice, you look like you want to jump in.
Would that be society committee members?
Yeah, definitely, Tamara. Communicating with society members is definitely the responsibility of a committee member. Chloe did say guild officers, and I think, as with all these things really, there are obviously sometimes grey areas in that, for example, if we were running a campaign in the guild on, I don't know, safety on nights out, we might communicate with society members because we know that they're our kind of core engaged students. But generally, yeah, it would be the responsibility of committee members. Okay, the next one is support and promote elections for the next society committee. Any of you that have ran elections this year or were elected in elections should know this one. Amelia has said committee members and then said no. So yeah, I wish this worked more like a Venn diagram. It's a bit of a trick question because I think Amelia's kind of hit it on the head there. Setting up elections, which is the next one, is the responsibility of guild staff, aka me. So I'll do the kind of administration of your elections, which means getting them up on the website, adding any like information you want on the role descriptions of where people sign up, approving people as they come through the system. So that goes over there, but supporting and promoting elections is the responsibility of committee members. And I know it's very, very early on to be talking about elections because most of you were only elected 6 weeks ago yourself, or maybe a little bit more. But it's definitely one to kind of keep in the back of your mind that in springtime next year, you're probably going to want to think about recruiting new committee members and making sure that you're promoting your elections. Okay, the next one is run campaigns. Who can run a campaign in the guild? Anyone? Interesting. I'll wait for a couple more people before. So Amelia's saying this goes kind of in the middle here for everybody. Any advances on anyone? Alice, who do you think?
I would say guild officers and guild staff primarily, but obviously if a society member
kind of
go on.
Depend what type of campaign though, because like I know as chair over the past few weeks we've I mean not run a campaign, but we've been heavily involved in the Black Lives Matter movement and posting a lot about it. So I feel like it depends what type of campaign, how big, how official type thing, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's literally the perfect answer. So I would say, again, this one goes here. As staff, my responsibility is to support you and to support officers in running them, but I don't run campaigns myself because I'm not a political leader, unlike all of you. But yeah, I think that's so right. And I think societies, if you want to run campaigns, you absolutely can. And we are going to be doing some campaigns training with you. I know for some of you, it might seem a bit strange because you might think, well, you know, I'm football society, what campaigns would I be running? But I think what Amelia said is so true, in that as societies you may want to run campaigns on particular social issues or issues about, you know, injustice that your members might face, and that would be running campaigns. So I know lots of sports teams across the country have run stuff on homophobia in sport, for example, and so I'd really encourage you all, actually, if it's something you're interested in, to definitely come to the campaign training, and we can talk you through how you make that like a real, like, well-rounded, like impactful campaign for your group. But also, of course, the guild officers are going to be running campaigns. Their campaigns may be more focused on, you know, potentially the national picture or local to Birmingham, as well as stuff in UCB. So yeah, that one fits between the two of you. Kieran, Societies Forum is kind of like the decision-making body for societies. It's new for this year and there will be a training session on it, so I won't talk too much about it, but essentially each society will have a representative that sits on the forum, and you'll make decisions based on policies and also budgeting and finance decisions collectively at that forum. So the next one is organise events and activities for students. I really feel like this is an easy one. Yeah, that one I would put in society committee members. Again, Amelia is right in that it might be that the guild decide to run an event or an activity for students, but our kind of core organising model, I guess you could say, is around societies, and so we want to support you in being able to organise those events and activities. Okay, attend the Guild AGM.
Everyone?
Yeah. So I'll attend because I'll be administering that meeting. Officers will attend because they're also trustees, and society committee members are expected to attend as per their role descriptions. Okay, promote a society on social media. Yeah.
Society committee members.
This is something that I do actually have a bit to say about because we have this year, Cheer, have the most amazing social media officer. She's so on the ball and she's so good. But I also feel like it's the Guild's responsibility to promote what societies there are, because I know that I did a lot of research before I joined uni, so I found out that was cheerleading, but I know a lot of people didn't even know there were certain societies until stuff like Freshers' Fair and things, which I guess is also a form of promoting. But
okay, so yeah, this is probably another one that sits in the middle between, in this kind of line of things that we've got with Guild officers. Oh no, where have I put it? Have I just lost it? Oh no, there we go, sorry. Yeah, definitely a few people have said society committee members. Lots of you might not have kind of the additional committee member that Chair has, and so as president you might want to think, okay, who is going to run our social media? It might be that you want to do it as the society lead. It might be that you've got a social sec or an activities rep that might want to take that on. So if you don't have a designated person, I'd really encourage you to think about who does that. And then Guild officers, definitely. We've recently, just for this year, set up individual pages for each of the Guild officers on Instagram, and hopefully we'll be sharing that on the Guild Instagram soon. I definitely think your point's really good, Amelia, and I think we've actually got a new staff member starting that's going to be leading on comms from the Guild, and I think it would be great if we could feed some of that back to them and encourage them to think about how we can better promote societies as well. One thing to say about the Guild Instagram and other social media and the officers' Instagrams is that if there's ever any content that you want sharing, if you just send that over to, you know, your officer lead or in the WhatsApp group or even over to me on email, just let me know and we can get that up and running. And we can post that for you. So rather than just doing reposts, we can do like grid posts and stuff for you if you just let us know.
Yeah, feel free to tag us on Instagram, especially because we don't really have much on Facebook. So just tag us on Instagram and we can share whatever. And then obviously, like Cassie said, if there's anything specific, if you just send it through, we're all happy to do it anyway.
Okay, next one is write society budgets.
Society committee members, the treasurer.
Yes, exactly. But everyone was Tamara's been listening to when I was going through the role descriptions. Yeah, that's the role of the treasurer. Train societies. Honestly, it's like I just went through a random list of things that we were all doing right now. Yeah, it is Guild staff responsibility to train societies. And just on this one, you'll all have seen, obviously, we've got kind of a whole package of different training sessions over summer. If there's anything in particular that you as a society need, or a few societies or whoever really, but we don't have in our like schedule, please do get in contact with me, because it might be that we're able to source some training externally, or it might be that there's something that I can deliver to you that would be helpful for your society. So if you think there is anything missing, please do let us know. This is the first time that